And hello, YouTube. It is 8:55 p.m. Saturday, August 20th, 2022. That is actually probably the best visit I've had to AutoZone in years. The woman that helped me was like the best customer service I've had anywhere, and astounding, especially when you consider that this store is kind of in the hood. Yeah, got wiper blades, got my bulbs. They actually had a deal going on for a thing of roll of shop towels and Fast Orange for basically the price of the shop towels. So good to have some good hand cleaner at home. I don't think I have any of that at home. So not that I do a lot of like mechanic work that gets my hands that dirty, but it's just something good to have under the sink in the bathroom. Yeah, I need the shop towels. My hall is still somewhat flooded. I still haven't managed to get that all soaked up, and it's starting to smell a little funky. The one set of bulbs I got, kind of a laughable thing. Like I've been meaning to replace my right. Oh, look at this! We got a guy in front of me with no lights on. Can you see him? Can you even see him in the video? I'm glad the guy saw him good enough to pass him, even though I was passing him on the right. Let's see how long this guy drives up 19th Avenue with no headlights or taillights on. Oh, there's his brake lights. Still no taillights. So, I want to say maybe about 15 years ago, maybe it's closer to 20 years ago, I had to take a defensive driving class. Got a speeding ticket, and it was in a construction zone, so it would have been super expensive to pay the ticket. Oh, by the way, he's going down Indian School, still has no lights on. Yeah, I'm not following him. I'm going to Osborn. But I don't know, I was actually just feeling like it was, actually it feels like it was the Senate when I was a cab driver with VIP taxi after my divorce. It seems like it was in that time period. Anyway, I got a speeding ticket on the 6T, the Superstition Freeway, in Tempe when they were working on widening it. And so it was if you get a ticket and it's considered a speeding ticket and it's considered a construction zone, like it's a lot more expensive than just a regular speeding ticket. So definitely didn't, as a cab driver, I did not want that on my record, and definitely didn't want to pay that expensive of a ticket. So took the defensive driving class, and this is before just taking online was an option. So I had to go to the little private driving school thing for it. I forget how many hours long it was. It was mostly just kind of a time waster. And as I remember, I met a rather attractive woman that I went out on a date with like the next week. So that was a win. It's crazy when I start talking about certain things and then other memories about it like pop back of things that I've just forgotten for years. Let's check this guy with the SUV driving like an asshole. All right, weave in and out of traffic. With a taillight that's not staying on very well. That'll surely grab the attention of police if we see any. Damn, I can't believe I got two red lights back to back. I usually do better on this part of 19th Avenue getting green lights. Anyway, it was an off-duty police officer that was teaching the class, and that guy was actually cool as fuck, and was giving us a lot of like interesting anecdotes of like what it was like for him doing traffic enforcement as a police officer. I'm trying to remember what jurisdiction he was in. I forget. I want to say Mesa, but God, that was a long time ago. Anyway, he said that the number one reason that he pulled over people to give them DUIs, and that straight up most of those people probably would not have got DUIs for not making this one mistake, was driving with their headlights off. So something to think about before you drive around with your damn headlights off. But yeah, that's something. That's just definitely one of those random anecdotal things that has always stuck with me. Not to say that cops don't do it, but for them to just pull you over on a fishing expedition to see if you're drunk is illegal. They do need to have some kind of probable cause to pull you over. But if you're driving around at night with your headlights off, that's more than enough probable cause. And you know, and he said it wasn't like he was looking to issue DUIs. He's just wanting to let people know, hey, you know, you're driving with your headlights off, right? And then of course once he, you know, asked them for their license and registration, and he said it was pretty painfully obvious in most cases that yeah, the person was drunk. So, I feel like there was something I was wanting to go to Walmart for, but now I can't remember what that is. I guess it couldn't have been too important. Oh, I remember. I was wanting to get a couple towels. You know what? Nah. I'm pretty sure I got enough towels in my hall closet. I just need to get the couple boxes that are blocking the door to it the hell out the way. And probably keep them out the way. That's just not a good place for those boxes to be. Anyway, so most of the day, since I really didn't get much accomplished today, was actually spent watching YouTube and leaving random YouTube comments and all kinds of random spaces on YouTube. And I want to mention a random YouTuber that I want to say I ran across him maybe 3 days ago, and have been borderline obsessively watching loads of his videos. And the channel is called Phoenix Homeless. As I mentioned, like, I've been kind of hitting a lot of videos just about the homelessness crisis and different people that are documenting it, particularly in Phoenix and also Portland. Since, you know, my daughter lives in Portland and I kind of have a connection to Portland. It's kind of funny, especially when I get to ones that are on the subject of homelessness in Portland, just how toxic a lot of the comment sections are. Like I had one person ask me, you know, in response to something I'd posted in the comments, responded me with, "Are you voting Democrat, renter?" Like using, oh, I should turn right there, using renter as a derogatory term, which I thought was kind of asshole-ish. I mean, you know, I would rather not be a renter. Thank you very much. But you know, I've been a homeowner before, but you know, it just hasn't really been feasible for me since my divorce. I've had a couple of times where it looked like it could happen, and then just like things changed. But anyway, which is funny. It's like, wow, you're gonna, based on one comment, you're gonna assume that I vote Democrat, or is it because I'm commenting about stuff in Portland? You're gonna assume I'm a Portland voter. Anyway, I gave a pretty detailed explanation of how I intended to vote, and I you know, the whole left versus right paradigm, just like, that's not enough nuance. Yeah. And I gave a pretty detailed answer. I expect it's probably not going to get a response. If anything, if it's local Portland people commenting on that video, they're probably going to be like, "Wait, what?" But yeah, I got crazy specific. Actually, yes, I am planning on voting for a couple of Democrats, and then in other instances, I'm looking at voting Republican, and I sure hope there's some viable Libertarian candidates, but I don't see it happening. But and I'm really not trying to let this channel devolve into a political channel. But I mean, hey, it's hey, damn it, it's my vlog, it's my diary, and some of these things matter to me. It took me a long time as a convicted felon to get my voting rights back. So that's something that's very important to me, and yeah, it's something that's very important to me, and I fully do intend to vote. Now, as I mentioned before, I did not vote in the Arizona primary because I'm registered Libertarian, and while I never actually opened the envelope to see the ballot, every Libertarian primary ballot I've ever got has either had one person whose name I can check for every office, or like most offices, and then a space to write somebody else in, or it's had nothing. I remember I got one that it was just blank from top to bottom. I'm like, oh, Libertarian Party's not running anybody this year. Awesome. Now I do find it. I realize the Libertarian Party at this point in Arizona is really not viable. I get that. I do. And the main reason I stay registered that way is just to make it clear with the voter registry, where my interests actually lie, and also to well, it is windy out tonight. I hope it doesn't storm again. But yeah, to make it clear where my interests actually lie, and it's my understanding that there needs to be a certain amount of registered Libertarians for it to be possible for them to even get their candidates on the ballot, should they have a viable candidate. And the way I see a Libertarian getting elected, and the way that they generally do get elected in the few jurisdictions where they do, is where you get a situation, and I hope y'all can hear me, the wind is really starting to kick up, is when you have a situation where both the Democrat and the Republican are just awful, and somehow the Libertarian can get enough public support and backing for people to consider them. I don't see that happening in this next election at all. In fact, I don't think I've even gotten anything in my mail regarding, other than my ballot, which of course came from the county recorder and elections office. But yeah, I don't think I got anything actually from the Libertarian Party promoting any candidates. So anyway, so back to the primary election and my comment that I left on that, which probably popped this guy's brain, who just assumed from one thing that I wrote that I'm a fucking Portland Democrat, is that I said that I actually was planning on re-electing Kirsten Sinema, because she's so far got a really good record of putting Arizona, or I didn't even say Arizona, let him try to figure that one out. I said plan to re-elect Kirsten Sinema because she has a pretty good record of putting her state and constituents above her party and pissing off her party by doing so. And I like that. I respect that. And then that I intended to also re-elect Sheriff Pinzone because in spite of being a Democrat, he's shown to be he's shown that his priorities are law enforcement and fiscal responsibility, and I feel he's been a great sheriff. And I said, other than that, planning on voting Republican, unless there happens to be a viable Libertarian candidate. Definitely re-electing. Definitely voting for Carrie Lake. Definitely voting for Carrie Lake and Sal DiCiccio, and can't wait to vote out. Can't wait to hopefully vote out Mark Kelly, Mayor Kate, and Greg Stanton. So, and I'm sure you probably looked at those names and like, wait, what? Huh? I don't know. I hope I get a response to that comment. People go, wait a minute, you're not in Portland, are you? No, I'm not. Not today, anyway. Anyway, I'm at the bar. I want to go ahead and sing a song. I'm not planning on hanging out here too long, especially if the tubby asshole that owns the karaoke system is actually here. But I definitely at least want to get a song on before I bounce on, since I'm here. Anyway, thanks for coming with me on this little journey.